If you want further notifications and you love the content, you can come to Uma Tech Learning. You can click the subscribe button for notifications. You can like it. You can share with your friends and family by copy link. Hello everybody. So we are going to continue literals. There are a few more literals left. So we'll be completing those in today's session. So let's talk about char literals. So char literals can be represented by a single character and in single quote marks, right? Like this, single quote marks, and also as by a single character. So let's take an example how exactly it will work. We can say char ch or char v equal to, okay, so we took a single character a and we are defining it as a char data type. So in char data type, we will put char literals. Let's just run it and see. A is printed. Okay, perfect. Let's just do one more thing. If I'm going to put 2, what's going to happen? Yes, so invalid character constant. So this is absolutely right? Because in character literal, you can give only single character and it has to be in single quotes. So double characters or words, if you are giving it, it becomes an invalid character constant. Also, let's try to use double quotes and see what happens. In spite of single quotes, if we are using double quotes, let's see. Cannot convert string to char. Okay, because in double quotes, if you're writing, it is treating it as string literal, not character literal. All right. So these are the invalid scenarios. Now there is something interesting in char literal. If you are entering integral values in decimal or octal or hexadecimal form between 0 to 65535, then what is going to happen? Its corresponding Unicode value will be printed. So basically each character has some Unicode values. Okay, A is having 97. Similarly, B, C, D, every character has some Unicode values. Okay, so and those values are between 0 to 65535. So even if you are putting the char literal as any number between 0 to 65535, either in octal form or hexadecimal form, if you will put it in octal form, GVM will convert it into decimal and then treat it as a Unicode value and give you the in output the character value. Let's see. If I just write here 97, okay, so the corresponding character value for this Unicode value it is going to give you. Okay, because the characters in Java, they follow Unicode system. So each character has some values. Now let's do one thing. I told you it has to be between 0 to 65535, right? Let us take 65536. What should happen? cannot convert int to char. Okay, that is what we were talking about. The range is very important. So it's not that you are putting any number and it will return you an character. No, the Unicode system has only 0 to 65535. So the numbers, if you are entering, it has to be between this only. Now, if I'm not entering in a decimal form, I want to enter in hexadecimal form, 0x. It should also work perfectly fine because the number will be, so it is giving you this value. This is the output for it. So the number which you are giving between 0 to 65535, you can give it in decimal form, hexadecimal form, octal form, any number will do. And JVM is going to convert it into decimal, and then its corresponding Unicode character it is going to return you. Now the Unicode characters are not only ABCDs, okay? It can be space, backspace, new line. These kinds of characters are also considered as individual characters in Java. Okay. Let's see. There are some characters like new line. Okay. So the new line is being defined as slash front slash. You have to use. Okay. This is also very important. If you use backslash, it will not work. And I'm trying to run it. So space, new line is nothing but a blank, right? So it is giving you blank and there is no error. But if I am trying to take some random character which is not defined as escape characters in Java, it will give you an error. See, invalid escape sequence. Valid ones are these. So for escape characters or escape sequence, we have some valid ones. Only those you can use it. So some of them I can tell you is like escape characters. If you're talking about, then there is N, which is a new line. Then we have /T, which is horizontal tab. Then we have single quote. Okay. This is also a character only. So you can use it as a char literal, no problem. Then we have blank space. This again we can use. Similarly, we have other escape characters as well. Okay, so but it's important that we use only valid escape characters only in the character literal. So you can use ABCD, capital, small, single characters. You can use numbers between 0 to 65535, and you can use escape characters in your char literal. Also, this in escape characters, this slash is also very important, that it has to be proper. If I change it to backslash, what will happen? It's going to give you an error. You see, invalid character constant. Error came, right? So we have to be very careful what we are putting as a literal. Its syntax is very important. Okay. Let's just see the next literal, which is string literals. So string literals, if I say you write sentences, words, these things, right? So any sequence of characters, within double quotes is treated as a string literal. Now you see here there are two terms. One is sequence of characters, second is double quotes. Okay, so it's important that it has to be a word, a phrase, sentence, okay? Plus it has to be in double quotes. Now, let's take an example. How do we define it? All right. So we have mentioned the variable name. We have given our string literal in double quotes, and then we have to give the type of the string. So a string is a type. Okay, that my this variable is containing the literal hello, and the type of the literal is string. So for string literal, you will give this kind of type, and we are going to print it. Successfully, hello is printed. There is no issue. It's coming proper. Now suppose I can give like this as well. In string, you can give more than one number of word. Okay, that was also printed successfully. Next, let us see if I'm keeping a single character, what happens in string literal. It works, but if you do the same thing with character, you put it in double quotes, it will not work. Why? Because double quotes is treated as a string literal. You cannot use it for char literal. Then we have binary literals. Okay. Next we have binary literals. So binary literals are allowed values are 0 and 1. Okay. So you have to define your literal with the help of only two values, which are 0 and 1. Okay. Plus literal value should be prefixed with 0b or 0b. Okay. If you want to tell that your system, or tell to Java, JVM, that I'm giving you a binary literal, okay, then that has to be prefixed with 0b or 0 capital B. Means it has to be written like this. If 1111 is your value, then you have to initialize this 1111 with 0b, and then you can give it. Okay, let's just try to print it. Let's just run as Java application. Why it is giving 15? Because as already discussed, right, that JVM is always going to return you the decimal value, okay, the decimal form. So it converted this binary as whenever we were using octal, right, and hexadecimal, the output, what JVM was doing, it was converting it into decimal and giving you the output. Same it does with the binary literals. It converts it into decimal form and gives you the result. How the decimal form? Here, 1, you can start from right, 1 into 10 to the power, 1 into 2 to the power 0, because the allowed values are 0 and 1. So, base is 2. So, 1 into 2 to the power 0 plus 1 into 2 to the power 1 plus 1 into 2 to the power 2 plus 1 into 2 to the power 3. And the output JVM is to give you as an output in a decimal form. And the 0b we will not consider because this is symbolic. This is just for showing that your values are binary in nature. Okay. So there are some important pointers. Let's talk about here. We can see. So something very important here that needs to be taken care of. Byte you are taking, okay, Then let me first write it by short. Okay. You can note it down in your notes book in a better handwriting. Okay. Then we have char. This both coming to int. Then long. Then we have float. Then we have double. Okay, why I'm writing this? This is the sequence which you have to keep in mind. Okay, this is a very, very, very important sequence. This is helpful and this will be useful. Okay, while you're writing the program or you are using Java for your, automation testing, wherever you are using it, Selenium or other automation tools. Okay, plus for programming if you're using byte, short, char, int, long, float, double. So you have to see the arrow marks. Okay, it is from left to right. Byte, short, char, int means if I'm having a byte value, okay, I can put it in short. Okay, short can be put it in int. Char can be put it in int. Int can be put in long. Long can be put in float. Float can be put in double. Why this sequence is important? The sequence is important because if I'm trying to put a long in int, means the reverse sequence, it will give you an error. So always keep in mind this, that this is the sequence where you will not be getting an error. If there is a variable which is of short type, okay, I'm giving you an example. Okay, maybe you have a variable. A variable is of short type. You can keep a byte size of value in short. It's all right. There will be no error. Similarly, if there is an int type of value, okay, and why we are able to do it? Why? Because the size of int is more than char. The size of int is more than short. The size of short is more than byte. So small values can be put in big sizes, big packets. There will not be a problem, but big packet values cannot be put in small packets. Okay, it will overflow. So this pattern is very important. This diagram is very important. Always keep this in mind. Thank you so much, everybody. That is all we have for today's session. Next session, we are going to see some more amazing and beautiful topics and interesting topics in Java. And please like my videos, share with your friends who are students or who are working. School students from 6 to 12 can also understand this. College students, IT job people, non-IT people who are interested in programming and AI and everything, they can also subscribe to my channel. We will discuss not only Java, but different AI tools, programming languages, automation, testing, everything we are going to discuss here. So I would highly request to subscribe to my channel so that you get all the notifications whenever I upload a new video.